Hi guys, and welcome to update 16 of the X-Wing diorama. We've done quite a bit. We're working on the walls now. So if you've seen the pictures, then you already know that they've been rendered and the ice effects have been put in. Now it's just a case of painting, which we'll head over to the bench now and we'll take a look at that, guys. So just stay right there. Okay guys, so this is where we're at now. All I've rendered this in is basically just wall plaster, which you can still see the colour of it. It took about 3 days for this to dry out. And the bad news is, if I can find the tube somewhere, no, it's in the bin, never mind. I had some white titanium acrylic paint which I was starting, and I'd thinned it down, hopefully that it was going to last the walls. Unfortunately it hasn't. So what I'm going to have to do now is thin down some emulsion paint, because this is only a base colour, this isn't going to be the final finish. But obviously I need to cover all this up with something. So I'm going to get the white paint finished, both sides, because the other side hasn't been done yet. We've also started with the windows as well. The windows are all cut out, they're good to go. Lighting's installed in this guy here. We've cut a little notch in this section and a notch in the other section, so when they're together you'll have a corridor that goes round. And I've also made some basic doors, which Kenny May suggested that I put like a corridor behind it, so obviously the people can get in and out. So we've got one that's probably going to be somewhere around about there, so you better see it through the window. And we also have another one very rusted up, that's going to be down in the corner somewhere down here, so they have their own entranceway. These hatches are basically just so you can see through, and also maybe a ship could be moved in, maybe a speeder or something to be worked on. So with a white background and the X-Wing, it's really going to pop out. Once this is done, I've got some Crycell snow. Before I apply that though, I might just go around some of these deep crevices and just spray some sky blue in there. Hopefully that'll come through once the snow's applied. Once the snow's applied to all this, then I'm going to be using the Mod Podge gloss glue, and hopefully that will give it an ice sheen to it. It's really fine powder, so hopefully it should go quite far on this. But before we do any of that, these need to be installed, the windows need to be installed, and the figure guy needs to be in there monitoring the situation down here. On another note, the base, which is at the back of this, all the ground lights have been done. It's just a case of installing them into the base now. I've ordered another voltage regulator. Still need to order a soundboard. So I can't do anything with the base until all the electronics is there and I can get it all installed. The framework's coming along for the table itself. I've got the bottom sections all cut up there over there. They're being cut at 45-degree angles. They're going to be joined up. That's the bottom to support the actual base, so that's going to be bracketed together. As for the top section, I've got 2 pieces of wood that's too small, so I can't cut it at 45-degree angles and do what I was planning to do. So now it's going to be tenons and mortises basically just slot together like that, which I need to order a drill bit for because I don't have one. So once that comes, then we can get the frame sorted out. I can get it over to my granddad's, get the groove cut in for the glass, then we can work on the finish of that, and then hopefully we'll mock the whole thing up and see what it's going to be like. But obviously that's not going to be in this update because we're concentrating just on the walls and the window observation deck. As for the X-Wing, which I'll just switch the camera off and we'll just reposition, guys, so just stay right there. So the X-Wing's pretty much finished now. I've gone in and I've done some more rust effects on the engines because I didn't really like the yellow that was coming through. The yellow's still there, but it's not as prominent as it was. So we've knocked that down with some rust, which is all good. If you've seen pictures as well on Facebook and that, we've got R3 with his bad motivator. All the figures are done. We've got a brand new member to the crew. I promise I'm not trying to rip off C3PO, but I figured why not and do the same sort of colours. So he's all been weathered and he's good to go. And we've built ourselves a little table which is going to be on the base, and we've also finished the wing. So that's probably going to be glued down to the table like so. And somebody will be working on it. I don't know why, because it's obviously past its best. Yeah, we've got this guy over here. He's going to be monitoring the situation from the observation deck, so we need to get this guy installed as soon as we're ready to go with that. Got the windows over there, just in front of the ship, and of course we've got the power generator here. And I think that pretty much does it, guys. So I'm going to try and mix up this emulsion and hopefully we'll get it covered. Once it's covered, I'll be right back and we'll take a look. So yeah, we'll see you in a bit, guys. Hi guys, welcome back. So I had enough emulsion, which is good. So the walls have been covered, the back sides have been painted, which I won't bother showing you that because that needs touching up later on and it needs another coat. So we're going to concentrate on the windows now, especially the frameworks, get them painted up. Then hopefully at the end of this update we'll have this guy installed, and we can test the lighting. I mean, I've already tested it, it works, but we'll test it again just to be sure. So yeah, 5-minute epoxy for that to set up into position with the door in place. Once that's done, we can get the window glass. Well, we'll have to do the window glass first, so I need to clean all the windows, I need to get the guy in position, the door in position, then I can move all the windows into position. Once there's glue set up, then we're going to mix up some more plaster, and we're just going to get rid of the seams and blend it all in with the walls. That'll probably take a few days for that to set up, because I think the walls took about 3 days in total to dry out. So yeah, we've got that to do. So yeah, I'll get on with that, guys, and I'll be back as soon as I've got something else to show you a lot. Hi guys, welcome back. So we've got a bit more progress. What I've done is I've gone and airbrushed all the blue, as you can see. Don't worry, this is the worst it's going to look, okay? Because the next stage now is we're going to apply some snow. But first I need to get these guys sorted down here. So these guys have got their blue on as well. So the next stage now for me to do is to just apply some snow just here and on this section here, so when the windows go on, the framework goes on, you'll be able to see the snow. So a lot of this is going to be covered with the snow, but a bit of it's going to be fading through it, so well, that's what we hope. So that's where we got to now, guys. So this is our main window with the lighting, which we've just got some strip tape just on the underside there. What I need to do now is place the windows in here. In fact, no, scratch that. What I need to do first is apply some snow. I basically just need to apply it into the window frames themselves, really. I don't need to do this because obviously we need to blend this in with the rest of it. So we're going to have that somewhere there with the corridor joining on here for that one. So that's the next thing to do, guys. So we'll be right back as soon as I've got something else to show you. Hi guys, so what I've done is I've applied the Crycell Fine Snow and Ice effects, and it really does look like snow. It's fantastic. So I've done like a little experiment just to see how it goes. After that one we're going to apply this one, which is more for 1/16 scale. That should give it an even better effect. And all you do basically is just get some hairspray, spray it on, powder it, job's done. Just leave it to set. On another note, if I just move the camera down slightly, we've got our windows in. So we're waiting for all the Mod Podge to dry up for that guy. We've also got a door on this one. So if I'm really careful, and that's a big if. The camera. Yeah, let's move the camera. That'll be easier. Just hang on a minute, guys. So in the window you can see a hatchway which is very rusty, but again, snow effects on this as well. Looks really good, but you've got to be careful because once you apply it you'll get fingerprints all over it. Which is going to be really cool for when you're doing the base. If I just move the camera over slightly, and if we just move it down, we've got some just laying there, look. So if we take a little dude, hopefully it'll show on camera, but just zoom in whether that's, you can see that or not, I don't know. Can you make that out? Where are we? There. I think you can just vaguely make it out. Come on, camera, focus. Let's zoom out just a tad. Come on, focus in. There, you can see the footprints. So once we do the base in the snow, every little guy that's going to be on the base, I'll just zoom back out, guys, sorry. That's better. Once we get all the guys in the positions that we want them, then I can actually go around and do the footprints to his location on the base, which would be pretty neat. And my battery's about to die, so we're going to call it for today, but I'll be back tomorrow to finish all this off. So see you later, guys. Alright guys, so where did we get to? Yeah, we just put the windows in, haven't we? We got a really nice effect, which was a happy accident. We got the dude in place now, but when I was moving it around I got all that, yeah, you've got all them nice if I could speak, nice droplets of snow on the inside of the windows. I'm going to keep that, I'm not even going to try and hide that. Thank you for all the likes on Facebook, appreciate it. Yeah, there was a fellow on Facebook called George who said, you know, Echo Base's walls are actually slightly angled. This is very true, but I decided not to do that because when it comes to actually putting the tabletop on, it runs the edge of this. So if I put an angle, obviously the wall's going to be coming out and you're going to see a bit of nastiness through the glass. So I didn't bother, but having slept on it, once the windows are in position, we'll just do this one because it'd be probably easier to represent. Once the windows are in position like this, I will then put an angle from there, because it's going to be two purposes. One, it's going to look more like Echo Base with the angle coming down, but it's also going to help support this. So I am, yes, and I'm not. So we're going to have a little representation of the angles. Also, having slept on this, I'm going to be cutting this update short, basically because I'm not happy with, I'm happy with it. It's been a good experiment because we've seen that the snow works and it's going to look great on the ground, but as for ice, it's not going to cut it, and the only way around it is to use clear resin to give it that translucency. And then we can just lay this guy down and we can just pour the resin over it and create an ice effect that way. Now unfortunately I don't have any clear resin and I'm not going to be able to get some until about next week, so I'm going to cut this update short, so I do apologise. But yeah, that's about it, guys. You see, because we're doing the community build with Amazing Scale Modelers, I want to keep, I want to do the best job that I possibly can do on this, and I don't want to cut corners. And if I just stuck with this, I know myself that it's not the best that I could actually do, and it would niggle me that. So I want to take my time, even though I'm running out of time because we're in September now. I've only got till December, which sounds like a lot, but it's not really. Especially when you're waiting for stuff to dry and orders to come in. But in the brief, I mean, it was basically use, resin upgrades, photo etch, lighting, sounds, and I think I've pretty much covered all the aspects. Especially if I'm using resin, because I don't have any resin on that, because they're 3D printed parts. So definitely with the resin I would have filled the whole brief. And I don't want to cut corners on it and just have it like that, because you can see from this it doesn't look like ice, it just looks like snow on a wall. But it was a good experiment and we had a decent go at it. I tried the Mod Podge, but it hasn't really, it hasn't given it any shine at all, so resin's definitely the way to go on this guy. Which means I need to resin this section off and this section so I can put this section on there. Then we have to build up that surface and blend it all in together, and then it's just a case of putting cardboard down and then just covering the whole lot in resin. So yeah, for this update, guys, I think that's going to be it. If I do manage to do anything like smaller jobs, then obviously I'll take pictures of that and post them on Facebook and Google+. So, but anyway, the guy's installed anyway, so he looks pretty cool in there. But again, the same with this, the windows are all gonna have to be the framework's going to have to be covered in resin as well to give it that sheen. So yeah, that's going to be it for this update, guys. I'm sorry, I did want to get further along, but these things happen and you just have to be patient. So hopefully in another week or so I'll have the resin and we can get it all sorted. So until then, guys, I'll catch you later. See you later, guys.